Hello my friends, hello and welcome back to my channel. It is Carrie with Coffee and Crafts, and today we are bringing some new products to the channel. I'm so excited. Not only are they new, but they are budget friendly. So if you are on a budget, this video's for you. All right, let's get started. Now, why would we care about a budget? Don't you want the best, Carrie? Yes, I do want the best. However, there are some valid reasons for finding good quality budget products. So what would be some of those reasons? How about I'm on a budget and because I don't have very much money. And I need to be careful about how I spend it. And what if I don't like this hobby? Then I wasted my money, which that's not going to happen, you guys. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to happen. I love, love, love this hobby. Okay, but let's say you need to stick to a budget. That's one reason. Perhaps you have fallen on hard times. A lot of people have. It's a very hard time to making ends meet these days. What's another reason? I need to feed my kids, Carrie. The mouths to feed. That is more important than luxurious art supplies. You're right. There are some things that are more important than art supplies. However, if you could find it in your budget, a small amount of money for some budget supplies, you can still enjoy this hobby. This hobby is not meant to be a gateway to making commissions, being a famous artist. It is meant for self-care. That's right, I said it. It is meant for relaxation and enjoyment at the end of the stressful day. We all have them. Sometimes every day is a stressful day, right? All right, so those are the whys. Let's talk about the whats. What should we pick? So the first thing that I picked for backgrounds, we are still on the pastel train. The pastel pencils, they can get a little pricey, but I found this Faber-Castell set of 72 mini sticks. So that's half the size of what you would normally get. But by doing that, we're able to get more colors. This 72 colors. I love that. Okay, so how much do these cost, right? This is about a budget. So at the time of this recording, these cost $22.50. That's not bad, and they will last you a long time. I mean, you scrape a little bit of powder off for one page, so it will last you quite a while. All right, let's take a look inside at the colors and see what you get. You get this little pamphlet with all the color names, and I've marked them by the tray so that I kind of know what color each one is. These are very fragile and loose and beautiful, but they tend to come out of their tray, so be careful when handling them. You got this little foam here, and here they are. Here are all the colors, and they are beautiful. There's quite a wide range of yellows, oranges, reds, purples, blues, greens, and some browns, some pinks, some grays. I'd say if this set was short with anything, it would be the oranges, maybe the oranges. There's not a lot of red, but there's a good amount of blue, of cool colors. If you like cool colors, and then quite a bit of browns, I like it. And I've used it on a book, and we're gonna showcase that here in a second. All right, so that's for backgrounds. What about coloring the actual page? Well, I have a set of budget pencils in mind. So we'll set this aside. Okay, we have Staedtler 72, 72 again, 72 Designer Journey pencils. Now Staedtler makes a variety of sets. I was interested, this is a budget set. Let me look up how much they are right now. Staedtler Designer 72. At the time of recording, these are $34.45. So just under 50 cents a pencil. That's pretty cheap, you guys. Prismacolors are, what are they, like? At least they're over $1 a pencil. So this is like at least half. Now, again, don't you want the best? Yes, of course I want the best. But however, the best doesn't always do it. Yes, the best has more pigment, and that's why they're more expensive. However, each company has their own idea of what the perfect colors are, what the perfect pigments are. So you might find a set that's not the best, but has colors that you like. That makes them the best for you, right? So I was really wanting this set of colored pencils. I saw someone use them on the Ocean's Lost book, and they just look so pretty and tropical that I wanted to try these out. So I will show you what they look like. I have already been in the order that I like. Swatching them. I have painstakingly gotten. Aren't these beautiful? They're so gorgeous. They are so tropical. There's such a tropical feel to them. They're really nice. I've done some swatching. I think they lay down really nice. Are they as good as, say, Prismacolors or Polychromos? Of course not. They don't have the pigment, but they do have a good amount of pigment. I am for the price. I am pleased with them, and I think that you can color a pretty nice book with them. But my plan is to use them in ocean type books with tropical fish. But you could use them with anything. As far as, let me show you the rest of the set. So that's the rest of the set. As far as it being a balanced set, I'd say that the oranges and reds are something to be desired. There's a lot more primary colors than secondary colors, but there is a good amount of secondary colors too. I'd say probably the warmer colors are light on the amount, and this is more of a cooler color set, which I love. I personally love. So this is not the order that they came in. This is the order that Carrie painstakingly decided what she thought it should be. Well, here is another budget book. These are my yellow. This is A Million Sea Creatures. This is a series of many different types of books called A Million Something. A Million Cats, A Million Animals, A Million Mermaids, A Million Monsters. There's a bunch of them. A Million Bears. I got one of the ones, I actually have two other books, so you're gonna see these on the channel. But this one is A Million Sea Creatures, and I thought that would pair well with our pencils. Now, granted, if you're interested in this book, it is not super detailed. I don't know if I would call it adult coloring book. It is actually says right on the binding that it's made for kids. But there is enough detail that I think it's interesting. It's also pretty small. This is an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and that's about the size of the book. One benefit to that is that you can finish pages quicker. Yeah, And less detail means you can finish pages quicker. And maybe you're feeling a little intimidated by the Joanna Basfords of the world. And you need to start with something that's fun and a little more lighthearted and to get your feet wet. All right, so how much is this book at the time of recording? Let's look it up. So a million sea creatures. A million sea creatures. At the time of recording, this book is $6.50. You guys, it's a pretty cheap book. Okay, so I'm not gonna do a full flip through. I will talk about a couple of things. So first of all, the it doesn't lay flat, so because it's kind of small. So first thing I did is break the binding. You might see this line, and how I do that is I just open it up, crease, open it up, crease, keep doing that, and it's starting to lay flat. What about paper quality? Well, it's $6.50, you guys. So it's not gonna be super thick, but it does have a snap. Can you hear that? It's got a snap. So I would say this is kind of like 65-pound bond, which is pretty thin. But it's better than Xerox paper. It's better than Amazon paper. Not as good as some of your more advanced adult books. Okay, so it's okay. Am I gonna use water in this book? That's a really good question. I might try a little bit. I would definitely be careful. I would definitely use a light amount of water because it's pretty thin paper. It might bleed through. It definitely is going to warp a lot. And I have seen some of the greats out there using watercolor on these books, and they're getting pilling, they're getting bleeding, they're getting warping. It's bad, you guys. So I think pastels is a good option. I think colored pencils is a good option. Maybe markers, maybe. But I don't know that I would do watercolor. I might try my Neocolor dupes in this book. I might. It doesn't have a test page, but I was thinking that this front cover could be a test page because on the back side, there's all the publisher's rights and where it was printed and all that. And so if that bled through, who cares, right? Who cares? So this would probably be a good test page. And maybe this side. Would I do this side? I probably wouldn't do this side. So as you can see, the book is super cute. It's got a little panda. But it's lighthearted. It's not super detailed, but it's enough. I think it's enough. And I'm loving all these cute little fish. Look at these bubbly fish. Yeah, super cute. Super cute. The little walrus in the coffee or tea. The crabs. Oh my goodness. All these fish and beverages. This octopus would be really fun. There's some really lighthearted things in here. I think that this book could go either way. It could be for an adult or a child. And maybe this is something you do a buddy color with your child. How about that? Yeah. So this page is speaking to me a lot because it reminds me the grass in the front and then the fish in the back reminds me of one of the pages I'm working on in Joanna Basford. So yeah, some penguins. There's a kitty. There's a kitty. I have not been painting much kitties. I need to work on that. I absolutely love kitties, if you don't know. And my own Maine Coon is my partner in crime. I do like the ships. That's cool, and the moon. And these waves, that'll be fun. I'll have to work on that. Oh, and there's a kitty in the boat. Oh my goodness. And the dolphins. You'll be able to use a wide variety of colors. Oh, and we gotta have the turtles. A turtle with a top hat. I mean, come on. You gotta have that, right? So cute. So cute. Oh, I like this. The beach, the bottle. So there's a lot of variety of things you could do to help work on your skills. Like this one, I'll have to do some research on how to color a bottle that's see-through. How do you do that? I don't know. Lighthouse. I do, in fact, love lighthouses as well. And the little, are those dolphins? Oh, and mushrooms. It's got a little bit of everything that no matter what you like, you probably will like this book. Oh, look at the little penguin is in a band. His buddies are crabs. The boat at the top of the wave. This is just so fun. Very fun. Cake. And some of these backgrounds are not like a big blank space. Like this one is, but this one isn't. And so you could really practice your backgrounds in these. So I'm not saying I won't do watercolor, but I'm gonna be careful when I do. A little swimming pool with all your buddies. A windmill. He's knitting. Another hobby that I've done. These little sardines, they're sleeping in little sardine cans, so cute. Here's our mermaid. Now, I am somewhat new to the hobby, and I need to apologize, you guys. I did not realize that May is Mermay. You're supposed to be coloring mermaids in May. Next year. I'll get you next year. All right. The whale. I'm not a big fan of the pages that have a black background already. I might do something with that with my Artex markers, but I'm not a big fan of that. I've only seen a couple in this book, so at least it's not very many. Piano, another octopus. That will be a fun page. A little heart with the unicorns, a seahorse. Oh, look at the little baby seahorses, so cute. Some plant life, little houses. Oh, this is this is gonna be fun. Oh, little teacups and a teapot, a cupcake. So fun. All right, we've made it to the page that I tried out the soft pastels. So I tried out the soft pastels and sealed them. I did seal them. We can talk about that in a later video. But it's not bad. You know, there's a tiny bit of curl from sealing it, but really not bad at all. And I think that came out really pretty. I think I'm gonna do some gel pens for the stars, and then these fish are the balloons, and we'll practice on coloring in some waves and little animals. So I have this background done, and the next video I will do a color along on this page. And no bleed through. So we've got kitty there, a little tub for the little creature. Some more dolphins and a snow globe. This is pretty. I'm feeling tropical fish vibes. So one thing you could do is look up pictures of tropical fish to get some inspiration. I also really love this page. I want to do this page also. A seashell, they're hanging out in the seashell. So yeah, a lot of different skills that you could use with this book. Here's another black page. A little guitar, ukulele. Lots of fish everywhere. There's the sun with the dolphin. A little rainbow. More waves, lots and lots of waves. And the last page, we've got some brick seashell. Maybe they're putting on a little show. Maybe they're saying goodbye to us. And I think this bunny looking guy is a frog, but I'm not 100% sure. All right, so there is my flip through with commentary. My review of some budget pencils and some budget pastel that you could use for backgrounds. Now, could you use other products? Sure, you could, and we might. But I wanted to show you that you can enjoy this hobby on a budget. So I hope you liked the video. If you liked it, please like it. If you would like to see more content, please subscribe, hit that bell, do all the things. And let me say a special thank you to all of my new subscribers. I have gotten quite a few lately, and I am so glad you're enjoying the content. And as always, happy coloring!